Hi everyone, welcome back to Unpopular Opinion, and today we're gonna rank every single movie from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm very excited but have to go to work in 1 hour and a half, so I have no time. And don't forget to write in the comments if you would like to see more content like that. And we can begin with the first movie, with Iron Man 1, that started this universe without even knowing, because at that time there was no plan for further superheroes projects and all the universe that would have been created at the end. They were just very innocent at the time. For many people this is the best movie ever, okay, it should be here. But since we are in Unpopular Opinion, I'm sorry to say that for me it's not that great. The characters have great personalities, that it's not something common anymore, okay, in the Marvel movies. But for me it was still lacking something, okay. It's not, I mean, it was a very good origin story, okay. It was explaining very well how this character of Tony Stark got built. But yeah, I think the villain was a little boring. I mean, I understand it was the Iron Man counterpart, but honestly, seeing a robot against a robot was not something that amazing for me. Still great for the characters and for the origin story, but for me it deserves only an A. Then there was The Incredible Hulk, a movie that honestly I don't remember that much, and maybe is for that. I remember just Tim Roth, that was an amazing actor already there, and yeah, I like it, but not that much. I mean, it's a movie that I should rewatch, but yeah, nothing that remarkable. And it's crazy that they didn't make a second movie. I mean, even if they changed the actor, because apparently Edward Norton was not very collaborative. But yeah, it's very, I mean, it's insane. Probably they planned another one, because it would be great after 10 years, more than 10 years, okay, yeah, far more than 10 years, to watch a movie finally with Mark Ruffalo that now is the original Hulk. Then they made Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 was still great for me, probably more B. It was interesting. There was Elon Musk before he got the richest man alive. It was just a very famous entrepreneur and innovative I mean, scientist. Even here was a great movie, but for me still, I mean, it was not taking off, okay. The villain was cool, and it was starting to show the bad sides of the world of Tony Stark. But yeah, and then there was War Machine, that they changed the actor, and I mean, still too many robots. It was again with this you know, armored man that honestly I don't understand that, okay. Even, you know, in Hulk there is Hulk against another Hulk. In Venom there is Venom against another Venom. Iron Man against another Iron Man. I mean, I would like to change. I mean, something like Spider-Man that is always fighting characters very different from its nature. I mean, nature as superpowers. And yeah, quite boring. It's still great, as I said, for the plot, but I mean, nothing that special for me. Then I guess they made Thor, that it's here. Thor is another movie that I really don't suggest. It can be funny because the character itself, and they're showing this, you know, this Nordic mythology world. But yeah, I mean, the plot, if you think that the villain at the end is not even Loki, but is a giant robot with the fire vision, with the heat vision. I mean, very boring. I mean, it's interesting for the characters, for a little of romance, and it's funny. Okay, it's probably around at that point it was the only movie that was a little more, you know, light, more funny, was less dramatic, and compared to the other. Now, I mean, the movies are too funny. And yes, but I mean, it's not a movie that honestly I want to watch again. And then there is Captain America: The First Avengers. This for me was great. This was an amazing story because it was still an origin story, but from the very beginning of, you know, because they were talking about, I mean, if Tony Stark was already you know, a huge scientist, in this case, you know, Captain America is very little. It's a very little soldier, okay, with nothing even close to powers, and you can really have this feeling of you know, building the character, of growth. And then yeah, it's amazing. The other actors, the villain could have still do a little more, but yeah. And then, you know, there was all the historical all the historical period that was set very, very well. So I appreciate this. That's why I put it into the iconic. I forgot to say that She-Hulk for me is the, I think the bottom of the work of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even if it's a series. And yeah, that's why for me, if She-Hulk is the, you know, the least level. After that, we finally got the Avengers. That is this. The Avengers was great. There is nothing we can say. It was a dream to see all these superheroes all together, and I love it. Okay, they were, you know, they gave time to every character. I mean, as of course you cannot make, even if it was a long movie, you had no time to focus on every character, but they did enough. Okay, I feel that every character had its space. They even introduced Hawkeye, so, and I mean more of the Black Widow, so they did a great job. It was very iconic. The fighting scenes were any of them, okay, from the airship to when was Thor against Captain America against Iron Man, and at the end in New York, that was probably the best, okay, the best fighting scene of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it definitely deserved the best tier. And then we have to check the second phase, started with Iron Man 3. So Iron Man 3, that is basically here. Okay, honestly for me it was at the same level of the B. It had a better plot, okay, because I mean there was this relationship with the kid. Okay, it was going deeper into the soul of Iron Man, and even find a very good escamotage where he could not reach his friends, and they were all good characters, you know, all around. But yeah, even that at the end, guess who was the villain? Other armors, and I mean, this is insane. I really don't understand why they come up with this. Like, oh, let's do Iron Man 4. Who can he fight? Who he can fight with? Another Iron Man. Oh my god, it's 4 movies. You are doing the same. But okay, I mean, it was, yeah, good for the plot, but still not iconic. It was just, for me, just pushing on the character that had, you know, this burnout, but otherwise not definitely worth it. And then, as we say, we have Thor 2, that it's here, Thor the Dark World. This is another not that memorable movie. I mean, many people that I talk with, I mean, I think all of us, we watch it, but we don't remember, okay? And yeah, it was against this, I mean, more mythological villains, but nothing that special. There was not a huge advance in the story with Natalie Portman. Then for me, I don't know, it was just, as I say, I mean, this was the time where they were more pushing on when they started, you know, lose control of the plots, the lose control of the concept, and just pushing on the characters that I mean, got a lot of money with the movie, so they just wanted to push that. Then we get Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I don't know why, but I think that all the movies about Captain America, they are better than the average. Okay, this was another very great. There is, you know, you go deep into the, you know, the friendship with his best friend, then it's the villain. The characters are set good, and you're in this, you have this feeling that there is the danger all around you. Okay, that anyone can threaten you, because yeah, he was living in a world where you know, even your neighbor is actually a spy. Okay, a good looking spy, but still a spy, and I really like that. I really like the flavor they gave to that, even if probably, I mean, with well, I don't remember the name of the villain. I mean, the villain that you find out to be the villain at the end, and yeah, probably he started to lose a little over time. That's why, no, I will correct and I will put it into the A. It's a very great movie, but probably not at the iconic level like the other one. And then we got the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Guardians of the Galaxy for me is the best series in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, is this? Yeah, probably. And for me, it's another iconic movie. I watched it. I don't remember if it was the first or the second year of university, and I went with this group of friends and we laughed all the time. And all the characters had their unique traits, unique personalities. It's a movie that, even if it's not, 3 hours movie, they still had time to explain you the story of each character, and this is a huge thing. Okay, it's not something that you can take for granted, because other movies, they didn't do it. Okay, and that was great. They really gave justice to this amazing comic book, and yeah, I just love it. And then we got the Avengers Age of Ultron. That weird thing, they didn't put the Guardians of the Galaxy. This was another great movie. I think it deserves the A tier. There was, the story was nice. There was the introduction of these new heroes from Vision. That, at the beginning was kind of, we were not understanding he was a villain or not. And then there was the twins. That one, we know what happened. And the other, probably it was better. It would have been better to not. I don't know what would have changed to the story of the world without Wanda, but definitely she brought some troubles over time. But yeah, it was nice. They introduced very good characters. Ultron was a very interesting villain, probably even more interesting than what they show. Okay, because it's like, think about now with artificial intelligence. Probably, yeah, would have been would have get a different impact now if we would have put Ultron now, because with treatment actually of artificial intelligence to humanity, it would have been, more I don't know how to say, like for nowadays. And yes, and after Age of Ultron, they close it, the second phase with Ant-Man. Ant-Man, I like it. I enjoy it, actually. I cannot put it in more than a B tier because I still had a bad feeling, like, okay, it was still missing something. Okay, but it was a nice story. After Age of Ultron, they could not make a bigger war, like another city just that was about to fall down and destroy the earth. So it was nice, the idea overall to get back to another origin story that was concentrated in with a less focus, because the enemy of the Ant-Man, it's a wasp. Okay, so no, not a wasp, sorry, but the hornet. What is that? So yeah, I like the idea, and yeah, sometimes you have to step back. Okay, I don't want to see another apocalypse movie. I like to see some little stories, and that's why I think Ant-Man got that successful. It was something between the Guardians of Galaxy and the other Marvel's movies about funny. It was funny, but not that much. It was very light, and yeah, I appreciated that. Let's start with the Phase 3. That was introduced, didn't remember that, with Captain America Civil War. This was another iconic movie, one of the best. It was so nice to see all these fight against these superheroes that you were used to see together, and it was a good plot twist. Think about the movies that they just should have find another big enemy, another big villain, and they would have increased the number of the superheroes. No, they say, okay, just let them fight together. And I really like the villain. I think they should have given more space to him. That the Red Baron, I think, was the name. And yeah, I just love it. And then the fighting scene, probably the fight scene in the airport, it's the most iconic one. I love it. They did a great job. They did a great advertisement. I remember in McDonald's with the Chew faction. So great. And after Captain America, there was the first Doctor Strange. That I like Doctor Strange. Still the same thing, like Withered against Withered. They could have done something better, but yeah, it was definitely a nice origin movie. Okay, I like it, and even in this case, it was a character with a great personality. Okay, it was very, very characteristic, peculiar, and I enjoyed the choice of the actor was, perfect. Yeah, my only problem is that, as I said, wizard against wizard again. It's like if the origin movies are good till they show the actual villain of the story, and then the situation just starts to go down. But okay, I like it. And after that we have the Guardians of the Galaxy 2. In just I mean, yeah, one phase, it's great for me. This, even because they waited a little to get back. I don't see the last one. Oh, maybe I forgot to put it. Okay, in any case, the Avengers, sorry, the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I enjoyed a lot. I had a lot of fun. I mean, I will put it here just because I think that it's not at the same level of the iconic movies, but yeah, it was one of the movies of the Marvel, together with the second one I'm talking, together with the Deadpool 1 and 2, that I mean, honestly, I had so much fun. I was crying, and I remember that I went to watch it with the same friends that I went to watch the first, even if I was not seeing with them for a while. And yeah, it was very, very good. The story of God was very specific, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy against God. Okay, I like that, the idea, and they managed to treat the character in a good way. Okay, I think they did a great job, and they deserve a A tier. Then we have Spider-Man Homecoming. That where is it? I think it's here. Okay, this I didn't like it, honestly. I didn't like it. It was nice, it was funny. In this case, I think it's clear they were pushing on the characters. Tom Holland was probably, it's my least favorite Spider-Man, but I cannot complain about his work. But the story was just uninspired. Okay, even Michael Keaton with the Vulture could have been, you know, you could have been a little deeper into his story, personality. They just treat him, okay, a guy that saw an opportunity, and it was good because they show what happened. I mean, all the consequences of, in this case, of Avengers. Okay, it was a big battle in New York. What changed to the world? So you even created a villain, okay, a guy that spotted an opportunity in this, in these weapons from the outer space, and it say, okay, I can took this opportunity and became a villain, and but yeah, the story was not taking off. The Zendaya character, for example, was, I mean, not even a character at that point yet. Nothing of what she's now as a character, and yeah, even all the others, they were just boring, in my opinion. And then we get Thor Ragnarok. Okay, I have to admit that Thor Ragnarok for me is probably, yeah, an iconic movie. I really love it. I think that about the pacing, it was probably the best movie of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Many people didn't appreciate it, but as I say, this is unpopular opinion. And yeah, for me, it deserved the iconic, because I mean, it's very structured as a story. It starts in in Asgard, then it goes to the other planet with Hulk, and then there is all the story with the coming back to Asgard, a little trip to the Earth. So I like how it was structured. This fighting scene were very good. There was Loki again, but in a new form, and yeah, I think it was everything. It was every balanced in this movie, and at the same time very iconic, very cool, funny, but not too much. So yeah, it was the perfect balance amongst everything. Then Black Panther. Okay, Black Panther. Recently I saw like this list, I think, of the New York Times of the best 100 best movies of the recent times, and of course there was Black Panther. That I cannot find it. Okay, it's here. Honestly, for me, it's here. I'm sorry, I don't know how this movie reached the Oscars. For what? I mean, I have an idea, I have a theory. This probably is because, it was the first time that we got a superhero of another ethnicity, I can say that. But oh my god, this story was just boring. I mean, some characters were good, some side stories, side plots were good, but overall, first, I mean, it's again a Black Panther against, I don't remember what he was, a Jaguar. But yeah, I mean, nothing that special. I really don't get how this movie... I mean, amongst all these movies that some of them are really amazing, I don't get why Black Panther reached this. I mean, probably just because there was something cultural. Okay, some cultural inspiration, and you know, that they wanted to move there. But I mean, beside that, honestly, I don't see a great movie. And then after that we get Avengers Infinity War. That it's... should I put more order? Where is Avengers? Oh, it's here. Okay, Avengers Infinity War. I mean, it's another iconic movie. Or maybe A tier. No, it's iconic. I mean, it's a movie that I would rewatch again and again. I mean, of course, it's like an apocalypse movie, all the superheroes together, so you don't go deep into their stories. Even Thanos, I mean, it didn't got addressed that much. That it's a missing opportunity, but yeah, they wanted to make these huge movies with a lot of actors, and it was the only way. But they did the things good. I like it. I like the product itself. Every character has his moment to shine with its superpower, with its abilities, and a little of their stories. And yeah, it's a movie that I would definitely rewatch. And then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, but that was linked just at the end with... it was before Avengers Infinity War. There was just a link at the end. I like this movie. I think it's around the B. I really like the characters of Ant-Man and you know, all the other characters involved, even the Wasp. I love that actress. I really love her. And I mean, from Lost, I don't know if you watched the series. It was great. There was the enemy, but the enemy, I mean, I liked the movie, but yeah, it was not iconic. It was not a special one. It's just funny. I would rewatch it, but yeah, and the villain, like many other, as I say, just not that special. Okay, we're really far from the characters like the Osborn in the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. I mean, we're far from the situation, but sometimes they choose very boring characters that have I mean, they even try to explain their stories, but these stories, they just don't arrive. Okay, you cannot feel like them, you cannot feel in their body, and this is a huge problem in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially in the last times. That's why I think it's just a B tier. It's enough. Then we get Captain Marvel. This is another origin movie that honestly I would not suggest to watch. I mean, it's even cool. I mean, I remember that I have no problem at finishing, but yeah, honestly, just yeah, nothing special, nothing unique. Again, the character at the end, I remember that when she dealt with the villains, you didn't even had the feeling that she could lose. Okay, so yeah, I mean, a good part. I mean, a movie is great, an action movie is great if you're actually feeling that the hero is, will lose. In this case, you never got this feeling. I mean, you see this woman with this. When she finds out about her superpowers, that she's so powerful that nothing can be an obstacle to her, and yeah, it was boring from this point of view. And then we got Avengers Endgame, that of course was linked to Captain Marvel. And yeah, this is another iconic movie, probably not the best, but everything is correct there. They again put all the superheroes together, and yeah, they managed to create a different story, to go a little back in the past into some nice situation when they get back to New York, and there are some encounters between characters that you would have never expected to meet in the same situation. But even like Thor and Rocket, Hulk and the wizard that I don't remember the name. There was everything nice when Tony Stark gets back and talks with his father. I really like what they did. I think it was very insane. Now we ended the last of the phase 3 was Spider-Man Far From Home. That I don't find. Yeah, it's this. This is hard. No, I think it's a C tier. It's another movie that I don't know. Yeah, I may be open to rewatch it, but have no interest. He was the character was. I mean, there was a huge plot twist with the character. You probably know that what it was his ally, it turned to be the villain of the story. But yeah, even if it causes some troubles to Spider-Man, and it was not even, I mean, a super. He just was good with technology, and he has a good team, because the teamwork always works. Remember that. But yeah, not such a great story. They just wanted to push it more on the character. They saw it that the Spider-Man with Tom Holland got very successful, and they say just, you know, let's come up with another story and let's make a movie. But I think they were already preparing Spider-Man No Way Home, and this was just a prelude to get more money, and that's why I think he doesn't deserve more than the C tier. And we're opening with the Phase 4, the Multiverse Saga. That when they started to talk about the multiverse, so there are different universes that are that affect each other, and the first one was Black Widow. Black Widow, I will put it into She-Hulk. It's the first movie that I'm putting into the worst category, and I wanted to be clear about that. The movie itself is not that bad. Okay, I mean, sometimes it's excessively funny, but I can forgive that. My problem with this movie is that it's so full of stereotypes. They really wanted to depict an image of Russia and Russian that was terrible. And the stereotype, I mean, I can really see a conversation in the 2021, I think was the date of the release, when they say that they are Russian, so they drink vodka and they make Kalashnikov. I mean, I really don't appreciate this. Not because, I mean, a stereotype can be funny, but when you push it in this way into an action movie that could have had a completely different flavor, I mean, I really dislike that. That's why I'm very sorry, even for her that waited a lot to make her own movie. But yeah, it was disgusting. And then there was Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, I like it. It was another story without a big ambition, probably. I mean, but no, even an A tier. Okay, you know, sometimes I really like how they managed the character, his relationship with its family and with its past. It was a guy that at some point just found out to be special, and you know, enter this world that was at the beginning crazy, but then he started to get used to that. There are some scenes like the final battle that for me it's very epic, and yeah, honestly, I don't know, probably I think it was successful. I don't know why they didn't make another movie. Maybe they had too many movies, you know, to put in a pile, and they didn't know where to put the second Shang-Chi, but it was great. I'm really sorry they didn't make another one, but yeah, it's at the same level of the movies of the A tier. And then we get Eternals. Okay, Eternals, according to many, is the worst movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I disagree. Okay, I disagree, because I think it was good. It was good. The characters were at least, I mean, they were telling the story of each character, even if, as I say, they didn't have that much time, and there were probably 6-7 characters. But yeah, I like the stories, I like the powers, the fight scenes. Yeah, I mean, at the end it was just against these aliens, and then against each other. But yeah, it's not a trash movie like many people say. Of course, I mean, probably was the worst marketing they ever did. Even, I mean, remember when I was looking at the Eternal poster, I didn't feel that it was a Marvel universe, a Marvel movie. Okay, it was looking from another, yeah, just a spin-off. That's why it didn't grab that much interest. But yeah, for me, a B tier. Then we get Spider-Man No Way Home. That I mean, was good. Probably I would not put it into the iconic, because I still feel that the story, I mean, there were some plot twists that I mean, quite dramatic, and I really like the scene where Spider-Man realized that Goblin is a bad person, and even, you know, seeing again all the characters from the previous two Spider-Mans, you know, plot lines with Tobey Maguire and with Andrew Garfield was cool, but yeah, they could have made, I think, better. Okay, I think that the villain themselves were not, I mean, they didn't address them, okay, that much. Probably just a little goblin and very, very little Dr. Octopus. And I mean, I wanted to see more space given to them, where, I mean, if you think who is the character of this story, okay, it's not the villain, it's not even Spider-Man, that you really just witness some of these events, but you don't feel embodied by him in this particular movie. That's why, yeah, I think just A+ is more than enough. And then we get Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That it's here. I really love it. Honestly, I love it. If there is a section between the 8-year and the iconic one, I will probably put it there. I love how they put Wanda. You know what? I want to be brave and put it into the iconic one. Yes, it probably deserves. There is not a flaw I can find, even because I mean, unlike what I said for all the other movies, the villain was great. The villain was great. Choosing Wanda had this horror new version that was very scaring, and yeah, and this traveling around the multiverse with the Fantastic Four, the X-Men. I mean, for me was very funny, was great. The zombie party was even linked to the series of What If. There was the part with zombie, there was the part with that world that was in What If. Now the zombie probably no, it is not addressed, but yes, I mean, I like this journey. Was it was a good breath. Okay, I open like in the open air, because you were really traveling, and I really love this. And then we got the Thor Love and Thunder. That for me is definitely in the She-Hulk. Honestly, I have nothing to say about this movie. It was the worst, probably the worst movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was terrible. The story of Natalie Portman so poorly addressed. The villain, with an incredible Christian Bale that he tried to, play the role in as best as he could, and he did it. But there was not enough space to the villain. They just tried to tell you, oh, okay, it's very sentimental because he lost the daughter. Yeah, he lost the daughter, and that's why he's a bad guy. But there is a difference between explaining this and making you feel this. And yeah, they really missed that. It was funny in a bad way, in a very bad way, and yeah, just terrible movie, honestly. And we close this Phase 4 with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This is another 8-year. Okay, unlike the first one, for me this was a great movie. The girl that replaced the first Black Panther, for me, had a better, she was more charismatic, and I appreciated that. The character, the villain, was another interesting character. Okay, because okay, I forgot the name. Namor, was huge. Okay, was a great power, very threatening. Okay, you can fear it, and even showing his world, his submarine world, was a nice experience. I love how they wanted to introduce the character, and how at the end the characters, was first the villain, then an ally, then a villain again. And yeah, was crazy. They introduced then the girl with the Iron Man armor, and yeah, I like it. I really like it. And I think was probably the last best movie that here. And yeah, we close the Phase 4 and we start with the Phase 5 with the Ant-Man and the Wasp in the Quantumania. This was another 8-year unit for me. Yeah, probably this is the last best movie they did. I love it. I definitely love it because many people didn't appreciate it. He got more money than he spent it, because then we got the Marvels. That was the first movie that closed with a loss. of money, of resources. I like Quantumania, and there is the Avatar feeling when they show you the, you know, this new world that's actually the quantum world, so it's inside the earth but it's not in the earth. I mean, in any case, I like it. The villain was great because it was the Kang, the first conqueror, because then there would have been more Kangs, and I don't know in which universe they were, but yeah, it was a great one, and I like it. I was actually scared of him. The last fight between Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Kang was insane. I really thought the worst, and when a movie managed to give you this feeling, it's for me, it's a success. That's why he deserved this A tier. And as I say, like Wakanda Forever and Thor, not Thor, and the Doctor Strange in the Mirror of Madness, there should probably be, you know, all between iconic and A tier. And then we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is that, sorry, I didn't put the photo, but in any case, for me, it's into the iconic. It's a very great movie. It's not only funny. I cried multiple times while I watched that. I watched 2 times and I cried. It's very great. I don't want to say anything about this movie because I think you deserve to watch it more and more times. There is everything. There is action, there is love, there is romance, there is drama. There are many different fighting scenes, very iconic, very epic, and this is everything I'm looking for in a movie, in an action movie, with, you know, that kind of a little grain of funniness and enjoyment. And then we got The Marvels, another terrible movie, terrible. And I watched all the series linked from WandaVision to the, remember the name of the girl, of Miss Marvel, and yeah, I mean, it was terrible. And when they start to sing, like, oh my god, the villain was like unexisting, like, it was such a terrible villain that even there they wanted to create some feminine plot that, but oh my god, I really have no word for that. And yeah, let's move further. Deadpool and Wolverine, I mean, this was another great movie. Probably more, no, come on, A tier is enough. Of course, I mean, Deadpool was coming from a different world that had nothing to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they introduced it here, and I think it was a great movie. It was a little trash, okay, definitely a lot of fan service. There is Matthew McConaughey in the costume of a cowboy Deadpool. So I mean, many things are weird, okay, but I mean, at the end, I had a lot of fun. I saw a lot of action, a very great action. If we're talking about action itself, probably is one of the best movies. There are many fights, again, even, I mean, especially the one between Wolverine and Deadpool, that's just incredible. I mean, you can watch it for hours, you can feel all the pain, and you can have fun at the same time. It was great. Such a great work. And then we get Captain America, The Brave World. Yeah. Okay, first there is a Mexican character that I hated. I mean, it was clear they wanted to put a Latin superhero, but they put it in the poorest possible way. Okay, and that was terrible. The villain, you already know from the trailer who will be the final villain. The villain in the middle, it could have been a nice story, but they just didn't talk about it. They just mentioned, oh, that's why this guy, it's evil. Okay, funny, but if I don't feel it, I don't care. So I don't think this movie deserves more than She-Hulk. Thunderbolts, another She-Hulk. Honestly, it was not that bad, but there is the same problem of Black Widow. Too much stereotypes. There is a conversation between the second Black Widow and the father, where, I mean, the feelings were coming up. They were actually talking in a deeper way that they never did, and then they started again with stereotypes about Russia. It's like, it's disgusting. Okay, it's disgusting. This is not for a movie. Then there was the character of Bucky that I mean, just came at mid of the came at the mid of the movie. And I think even all the concept of Thunderbolts, we've already seen it in the many previous movies where the superheroes at the beginning, they don't want to collaborate, then they learn how to collaborate. I mean, I've already seen it. already seen it, and but quite boring. And at the end we get the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four, that is the last movie that I watched, and probably the one that got me the idea that I can make a video like that. Okay, a bit here. Okay, I will explain you why, and I will probably will take a few minutes because it was the last movie that they did. I think it's a good step in the right direction. As I said, after Quantum Mania, things started to go very, very bad. I mean, I put 3 movies after Quantum Mania in the She-Hulk, so for my taste, in my opinion, they were just going down, down, and down. And I mean, actually it's true, because with the Marvels, someone started to realize that the Marvel movies were not that successful anymore. Because, Spider-Man No Way Home, the Doctor Strange 2 got, they were good about, sales. Fantastic Four, they wanted to make something different. It's the same director of WandaVision, and you can feel, okay, this is an actual... It's a good director, okay? In these movies you see when there is behind the camera someone that is an artist and not just an executor that say, okay, this is the script, make the movie. They created a world that was this high technological Earth, but in the 60s, I say 60s years, I think. And yeah, I like it. I like the characters. Honestly, I wanted to watch more of these characters. Okay, if you would have proposed me a series with these 4 characters, I would have watched it. Okay, because they were good, the actors were good, even the story. I didn't like that much the Torch, but it's okay. And the problem with this movie is that there is very little action. Okay, and you will see it if you watch it. And what I mean with the little, I still want to see these superheroes with their superpowers doing crazy stuff. Okay, and if you don't do it, the villain was okay. Okay, I didn't feel, as I said, the pain like in other, like if it's for Wanda, for Kang. So, but yeah, it was better than many other villains that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So okay. And yeah, I think first it should have been a longer movie, okay, because there was even Silver Surfer. I would have want to watch more, okay. And yeah, this is a huge problem, but beside that, it's great. I like it. And yeah, nothing to say. Thank you for following me, and see you very, very soon.